Right, hey, welcome back. Today, or right now, better, and we're going to talk about maintenance within IDRONECT. Maintenance can be quite like complicated, or it can like feel a little overwhelming. So if you have any questions, make sure to contact me. There's a couple of things that we need to talk about first before we go into the maintenance. Because first you have to go to the profiles and add your drones and all your equipment, because otherwise, yeah, we're not going to know to which we're going to assign the maintenance instructions. And then another point that I wanted to make clear here is that thanks to the flight integrations that we have here, like DJI, but wing trough, liability, SenseFly, we always know exactly how much flight time there is on a drone and how many flights it did, like without room for human error. So that makes the maintenance really interesting because then we can say on the exact point of like 100 hours flight time, okay, you have to go to maintenance. And that is like, yeah, probably the best way to do your maintenance. Now, it works the same for equipment as it works for drones. So I'll talk about the drone models, and then if you have any questions about equipment, you can always ask me. Now, you see here that a drone is made out of a registration mark, a name, a maintenance status, which can be in service, maintenance required, not set, or out of service. Then we have the drone model. So Inspire 2, Inspire 2, Falcon 8, Falcon 8, Phantom 3. So and now we know the brand, the weight, the exact flight time, when the last maintenance was done on it, and now we can go to actions. Now, the drone model is really important because we're going to add maintenance to a drone model. We're never going to add maintenance to the drone itself. And why do we do that? That's because right now I can add maintenance to this Inspire 2 drone model, and then the platform will know, okay, for all Inspire 2s, this maintenance goes. So then it will automatically be added to this Inspire as well. Now, how do you get there? It's very simple. You go to aircraft models, and here you will get a list of all your aircraft models. And let's now take the Phantom 3. You can click on View, and then here you get some basic information. You could link the standard battery or camera model, but that's usually not going to be necessary. You could fill in some more information here. But more interesting is, for example, the checklists as well. So here you could say every time we use this Phantom 3, we'll have to use these checklists, and then the platform will know. But of course, maintenance. Now you see a couple of things right here. A rotor check every hour, a full check every 30 flight cycles, and landing gear maintenance every 100 cycles. It's very simple to add a maintenance instruction. All you have to do is click on this button and say, okay, this can be a prop replacement. And we'll have to do a prop replacement every flight time base. Yeah, let's say every 3 hours, 5 hours. Every 5 hours of flight time, we'll have to replace the propellers. Now, the platform now knows that, okay, every time that we reach this point, and we're going to get a notification and an email that says, okay, hey, be careful, this drone needs to go into maintenance, and you're no longer going to be able to select it when planning a project. Now, there's a lot more to it, actually. What we're going to do, what you will see is if you click on the View button of this maintenance instruction, you get the same information, but you also get this tab that says Maintenance Executions. And here you can basically find a logbook of every time that this maintenance instruction has been executed. But you also have the checklists. So here you can say, okay, each time this maintenance is due, we'll have to do these checklists. So I can say here, for example, that my checklist for rotor check, this one will have to be done every time that this maintenance is due. And let's say together with the dynamic checklist, for example. Now the platform knows, okay, every 1 hour that this drone has flown, we'll have to do a rotor check, and these are the checklists that have to be executed. Now, How does that look? Because this is how you set it all up, and that's pretty convenient how that works. If you now go to drones and you see, for example, here on my Phantom 4, it says maintenance is required. So, okay, I go here to view and I think, okay, let's see here in maintenance. Maintenance instructions need to be added to the model. Okay, that I know. I have to do a rotor check. And what I'm then going to do is you have two options. You either log your maintenance, and here you can just say, okay, I did the rotor check. You can say 2 times. You can add images here. You can say, okay, this is data I've done it at these flights and these flight minutes. Click on save. And now the maintenance is logged. But what you didn't get here now are the checklists. So if we now go to view here, and we click on execute maintenance at the top now, then the platform will know, okay, maintenance, auto check Phantom 4. We'll copy paste this. We'll have all this information, but now we see, okay, we have to do these checklists, and then we can do okay, execute, mark as done, done, finish checklist, execute this one. All right, not that long. I'll finish it. It's pretty long. Sorry. All right. Yeah, keep in mind that you can always leave comments, right, on the checklist. So it could be very interesting, definitely in maintenance. Finish the checklist. Now both are executed. We click the execute maintenance button, and maintenance is executed. If we now go back to the drone, we can see here that in maintenance executions, which is actually the maintenance logbook of this drone, you will be able to see, let me see, date, like this. All right, I did the rotor check, and you'll see here that there's a difference between executed and logged. So remember from earlier that the ones that are executed are the ones with the checklist, and the ones that are logged are without the checklist. So what you can now see is, okay, all this maintenance happened, this happened, that happened. You can see who did it and what time of the drone. But what you can also see is if you go to actions, you can go look at these checklists. So you can see who executed them. And you can even go into detail and go check when specific things were executed. So you could see like this, I think. Yeah, you should be able to see which timestamp something was executed. Now, for equipment, it works exactly the same way. So that's just how it works. Very simple. You just go to aircraft models. You'll see in equipment, of course. You'll go to equipment models. You can see, okay, maintenance. It's the same flow. Now, there's one more thing here, actually, which is very interesting, but a little bit more complicated. So I'll talk more about that in the next video. But that's about installed equipment. That is if you want to keep track of different parts of your drone. But more about that in a later video. Let me know if you have any questions. I know it's not very simple to set it up.